Welcome, excuse me, welcome to the ripple effect of love for dads and families. Today we are focusing on gratitude is your superhero. What exactly does that mean? Welcome. I'm Christine Bernard, stress management coach and more. As well as we look at gratitude, we hear it often, we see it often, but I have a little twist that I use with gratitude. So it's not just a mindset, it's a game changer for your mood, your energy, and your family relationship. If you're here because you're serious about creating a ripple effect of love in your family, you're in the right place. And I'm excited that you're here. So let's discover how appreciating life's blessing can create a ripple effect of positivity in the family and within you. So to do that, I always start by tuning in. You can do it orally while you're sitting at the table. Everybody can share something that they're grateful for the day. Now, if you've never done this and you have children that maybe have a bit of negativity and they need to express it, I agree. Maybe they could say one thing they're grateful for, one thing they didn't like, and then one more thing that they liked to create like that sandwich effect. And so the brain starts with something good, goes to something negative, and then comes back to something good. Well, good, positive, shall we say, or that they enjoyed, that they're grateful for. That's much better vocabulary. Sometimes I get caught up in my own feet and my own vocabulary, but that's okay. We are all on a journey to do our best, and I'm in no way better than anybody else, but I have a lot of experience on what not to do, right? So that's why I'm here to support dads and families so that they can create a ripple effect of love, because I truly believe that it is the answer to supporting each other, and it's through love. When we don't have that, what do we have? We just keep creating deeper and deeper hurts, maybe. And that's definitely not what we want, do we? So, and if that's what you want, you're not in the right place, and it's okay. So, what I do, there's the sandwich effect that I just talked about, but I also like to notice when I'm doing it for myself, to notice what resistance comes up when I'm creating those moments of gratitude. For example, at the end of the day with your spouse, you can name three things each that you're grateful for. And if that is challenging for you, I suggest, or if you take like time on the weekend for more gratitude time, you take a book, I mean, notes. You can type them up, you can write them, whatever you feel like doing, whatever works for you, right? Tune in, see what works for you. That's what I'm all about. Figure out what works best for you. So, something that I do, I am grateful for. And sometimes when I'm in a rut, I mean, I'm not the only one who gets in a rut, right? I'm like, there's nothing that I like. There's nothing I'm grateful for today. Well, that's not true, obviously. So then I can just snap, tap. Let me just fix the screen a little bit. Tap. There's nothing I'm grateful for, and put that on the spiraling train. And then I can start by just naming quickly, like this in my mind, all that resistance that I have. This happened today. Send it onto the spiraling train. This happened today. Put that onto the spiraling train. And if it's thoughts that are haunting you, I'll never be able to. I would highly suggest you go around the ear, not a huge, but just a small spot around the ears, and that you be able to um, take a deep breath and let go of these thoughts. The fear of the future, the fear of the past, the fear of whatever that may be. And I see that Christian has arrived, so we can do this with him right away, get him on track after the weekend. Sometimes we've had an amazing weekend and everything is good. But sometimes when we think of what we're grateful for, some people experience resistance. And that resistance can be that the mind can't think of anything. So I was suggesting Christian that they snap, tap, zap, especially if it's thoughts, and put them on the hot balloon and just let them go. And as they're breathing in and noticing the resistance, things that didn't go well, or the thoughts that they have, that they can put them on the hot air balloon. And once they feel calmer, the gratitude will come up. And then you can take your journal and you can start writing everything you're grateful for. And if you can't find anything, start with I have electricity, you know, modern amenities, and start with the
Well,
basic thing.
i- if I may jump in, I think
Go right ahead in.
it's definitely understandable. We have, you say, the weekends, but I think it's just realistically speaking, whether you're taking a bigger break from whatever you were doing, or if you're around more people, if you're around these different situations. Um, I think this is where we kind of start practice or really acting what we practice. And so it'll allow things to be easier. But when we understand that, like, weekends is events and family and people, and it's supposed to be downtime. So again, it's expectations that we set for ourselves or expectations that others set. And I think maybe this is a point that Christina's bringing up because she has her weekends that she takes off from the program as well. And so a different perspective. Now, if somebody says, well, I don't have weekends off, I've never had weekends off, so I
Mhm,
really don't know what you're talking about. My weeks
mhm,
are always, in between. There's one day a week and
mhm,
some other random day. So there's really not a way to plan or to have that downtime as other people do. So don't feel bad. And that's what I wanted just to chime in when you were saying that, because
yeah.
these expectations that are put on us, or we've adopted them in. We have said, hey, whatever we were told at one point, I'm going to stick with that, and I'm going to, and it aligns with me. I welcome it. Again, it makes me feel some sort of way, and so I think, that I'm going to do that, or I'm going to feel that way, or I'm going to think that way, or that. Yeah, I agree with that. And so it could repetitiveness, but that's the whole point. So if we're repetitiveness,
Mhm,
ABC, snap, tap, zap, self-regulation.
yeah.
If we practice that, then when things come up, as things arise, when we're in conversation, then we're able to. And if you practice through the tough, difficult times, see, I will tell you that I, as a coach, old soccer and sales and whatever you want to call it,
Mhm,
I always practice hard. There is no, and again, that's just me,
yeah.
because I understand that if we practice, it makes us better. What we practice, we'll get better at. Well, I don't like to practice at a low level of performance, because when I played, and when I do anything, I
Mhm,
don't go at a low level. I'm always functioning at a high level, and that included when I used to play. It was always 100% to that over. So now I say sloppy play, sorry,
Mhm.
sloppy practice, sloppy play. So that doesn't mean you practice all out if you're not comfortable either. That just means that I take each practice of mindfulness,
Mhm.
of self regulation,
Mhm.
every challenge when I met.
Yes.
Um, Yesterday we spilled a water cup. Today we spilled a whole water, I'd say
Doug?
bigger cup. Yeah, and it was the two littlest ones. And then last night, as I equip him with, it's okay, I will mop. Let's calm down. It's just water. It's just a
Mhm.
cup. The dogs were, and the baby was giving the dogs water. So me getting upset at him because he had an accident really would defeat the purpose of me wanting him to
Yes.
have him feel positive and like contributing and
Yes.
that he does some things. So he kind of felt bad about that, and we helped him calm. Tap and breathe. Go get some more water. I will clean up while you get that. The dogs, remove them because dogs don't listen like humans. And that was raising my anxiety and my
Oh.
frustration and my tone. So my
Mm.
wife,
Yeah.
my partner comes in and says, he's not yelling at you. Daddy's not being loud, actually, not being loud, speaking to you loudly. He's saying that to the dogs. You didn't do anything wrong. Go grab some
Beautiful.
more water and let's try it again.
Can I just pause you for a second there?
Yes, of
I
course.
love how you and your partner are being a team. And to have a child have the other partner come in and consciously bring that to their conscious awareness so that the brain doesn't record it all. Well, dad got angry at me because I spilled water.
Hmm.
And later
Hmm.
on, it
Hmm.
plays out in life. So that's
Hmm.
how you can support each other in this process. Okay, I just thought it was
No, no, no,
kudos
no.
to you and kudos to your wife because I think you did amazing,
Yeah,
both
thank
of
you,
you,
thank you, thank
in
you.
that to de-escalate, not let it escalate like it would have a
Yes,
year ago,
yes.
and to be able to
Weeks ago. We're not even talking about years ago. We're talking
okay,
about
weeks ago,
weeks ago.
perfect.
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely.
So it's beautiful. So tell me the rest of the story because I'm sure there's other
Yeah.
gold nuggets in
Well,
there.
he went to pick up the cup, and he was coming out. I'm mopping and wringing out the water from the mop and talking to her. Now the frustration could have been because me and my partner, although she noticed it, she also was bothered because my voice did get elevated. So
Mhm.
we made that, love to say it, right? That dance. Mm-mm. Correct the step or the language. You've said something, so let's just adjust it, but with kindness, but
Mhm.
with love. See
Yes.
that I'm gonna go back to steps and things because that's where we were at. That's where we are at.
Mhm.
That's what we want to keep practicing and to let it be known that we are just human. Yes, we're parents, but we're humans.
Yes.
We're bigger pieces of like of you, little buddy. I'm just a bigger you, and I make mistakes, and I'm gonna make mistakes. And I said, but I want to make those mistakes, but I want to learn from that mistakes, and I want to correct, and I want to support because you may make mistakes, and I want you to feel supported, safe, and comfortable.
Yes.
And so when he approached the second cup, and I was cleaning up and mopping away so he can get to those, he was so calm. He
Mm.
started sliding. So he actually slid and was able to balance the second cup, even though he slid and went to one knee without losing his biscuits, without freaking out. And so he had done something, he had an accident with something so simple as
Yeah.
moving the cup, pouring it. Now he's moving the cup. Now he's moving it over. It goes to and even slide. So difficulty
Yeah.
remains calm, remains with the water, and we just go, all right, look at, and you did it, and you slid, and nothing fell out. Look at you. You didn't just come back and do it again. You did it fancy now with a slide and a balance. And he just kind of like chuckled a little bit and just kind of took that. And so that was just
Yeah.
a reframing, and it was in real time. And so this another jug, big jug got spilled today, and the kids start because we're getting ready for school, and so
Yeah.
these happenings, and it's okay. I've already practiced, and I've been practicing, and these are the traumas and triggers. You say, well, whoop de doo. So you didn't get upset because somebody spilled the cup. Well, whoop de doo because, and again, each person has its own
Yeah.
triggers, your own
Yes.
these traumas. So again, guide and again QR code. They'll help you. They'll help you identify. You yourself will learn to, as you self-regulate, is what makes me feel yucky. And sometimes when I react without
Mhm.
thinking. See, and you'll say yourself, when I react without thinking, and oh, wait a minute, I didn't even realize that before. So, to keep it,
Let's just pause there because that's really, really. There's two things you said that were really important. So, one, because your spouse came along and reframed everything for your son, he was like, oh, it's not about me. I'm still okay. I'm still loved by dad. I still feel safe. So that when he took the second cup, he was in a good space. And that's why
yes,
flipping it.
phenomenal.
However, if you had yelled at him
Yes.
directly and nobody had reframed that, and the dog wasn't there, it was just you and him, I do not believe he would have been able to do that. It would have been just like
Oh,
all over the
absolutely.
place, and it would
Because
have,
he started crying. He started crying. He started, kind of shutting down, and
yeah,
so we understood that.
yeah.
Um, sorry, I understood that.
Hmm.
But because I was able to take the attention away from the situation, my partner did, and she restructured, she reframed, and saw what he needed at the moment. So then, me stepping back and me going, I need to focus on the mopping. Then it allowed me to just listen.
Yes. And that too is super important. Sometimes we don't notice those little mini details that make a huge difference. Because you
So
also stopped yelling at the dog or raising your voice, was more of a raising the voice, right? And and you were able to just get into your action that needed to be done because you could trust that your spouse was there doing the other part, and
mm,
you could, and she could trust, even though she didn't say anything to you, right? She could trust that you were doing it and she could see you in action. So that kind of teaming up with our children, in my opinion, is the most beautiful thing that
yeah,
we can
yeah,
have happening,
yes,
because then
yes,
we don't feel alone. And at the end
yes.
of the day, we can take a minute with our spouse and say, I am so grateful that
Hmm.
today you stepped in for this, or you stepped in with that, and you helped me reframe, or whatever it is. And sometimes it's one spouse that's helping us more, and sometimes it'll
Yeah.
vary, and that's perfect. And it's being okay with that whole teamwork. That's one day is, and it can vary throughout the day, right? One day one
Oh
person is
yeah.
doing
Oh
more, and the other day
yeah.
the other one is doing more. And it's okay, because in the end, those traumas that we've had when we were little, okay, because we didn't have a dad and a mom like Christian and his wife, that knew how to self-regulate and that were really trying to improve. We had parents who didn't know this, so of course they kept yelling, they kept putting us down, they kept screaming, and or whatever it is that they did that triggered us. And today, we if when we do our work, those things can stop triggering us. But until we do that work, our
Hmm.
brain is trained to survival mode,
Hmm.
just like that,
Hmm.
in a snap.
Yes.
So
Well,
we've
it's
yeah,
it's not only trained, but remember, and we talked about this. It's designed. It's
yes,
programmed. It
yes,
is a calculator. A calculator.
yes,
Just remember, the calculator is programmed to
yeah,
input equal output. So if we understand that the
mhm,
programming and the design of it is for that, it's not that it's doing wrong in their head. It's not that they're, well, this is how I was taught. This is how I learned. This is how I thrive. This is how I really only survive. But
yeah,
until we get that other contrast, we start really realizing, and I say gratefulness. Well,
yes,
we can't even get to see this is the clutter and kind of what piled upon. We cannot get to the gratefulness because there's clutter. And it's not that we're not grateful. We just can't really feel and accept and understand and express. Why express? It's because it is from you and you are releasing because you've now released, you've decluttered. So snap,
yes,
tap, tap. Now you're able
decluttered.
to be
I like
gratitude.
I love the declutter. I never use that term, but I think it's a really good one. It's about getting rid of the
That's
those
it.
little T traumas or big T
Yes,
traumas. The little
yes,
T traumas, most of
yes.
the time, we can get rid of them. And if you're looking for an awesome author, Gabriel Gabor, no, I'll find his name and I'll put it in. It's not that. I didn't give the right name.
We're,
He talks about the traumas and everything and he really explains it in a really nice easy way. And if you're looking to understand, he's a great
I'm going to
source.
help focus and
Yeah.
reframe. If you need help with understanding, reach out to Christine for her personal. I know she wants to help, and this is how I am. This is how she is. This is who we are. And it's not, it really comes back down to this. You said it's about having gratitude. It's about
Yeah.
being present in the moment. It is really about you and who you are becoming, what you're really discovering. And it's not the becoming because you are already that awesome person. It's just taking away the decluttering of those
Yeah.
other emotions and that other messes that other people came and dumped on your pile and in your space, and you're
Mhm.
just simply saying, hey, this doesn't belong to me. So
Anymore. I'm done
and
with it. I am
that's
done with it. I am done with it. I have spent the last 4 or 5 days. I am done with this. I'm stepping into that. I am done with this. I'm stepping into that. Why am I doing it day in and day out? Because, or again and again, because my brain, it was so deeply ingrained in me. And sometimes it's not just ingrained in us, it's ingrained in our parents, our grandparents,
mhm,
our whole lineage. So
yes.
it takes a little bit of time to, um, oh, I have a French word, déterrer, to get that out of the dirt, if you will,
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
right? To
Hmm.
declutter that from your whole physical body, but from your energetic body so that you can really step into, I am done with that. And
Yeah,
now I'm grateful that I'm done with that. I'm grateful that I'm here and I can speak my mind more and more. I'm grateful that, and there's so many things to be grateful for when we take the time. We've got to take, even if it's only a minute every day,
that's
and
okay.
even if it's
That's
when you're
okay.
hitting the pillow with your
That's okay.
spouse,
That's okay.
It doesn't have to be 5 hours every day. That's
Mm-mm,
not what I'm saying.
mm-mm.
I'm saying take that minute here, there, and everywhere. Maybe while you're at a red light, instead of listening to somebody complain about something else, what if
That's
you
it.
start saying,
That's it.
I'm grateful
That's
for,
it. That's
you
it.
know?
That's it right there. That's it right
Yes,
there. We have our
please.
doom scrolling. We have our doom scrolling. We have our phones. We have our
Yeah.
devices. We have next time you pick it up and you do what you decide to do. But I always have folks is I always tell them write down the happiest moment that you remember. Whether you got new shoes, you got a new outfit, you got a new device, you got a new something. But I go back to this and then just to anchor on to what Christine said is grab yourself maybe a note in your device, and every time you pick up that note is your screensaver. So right
Yeah.
as you're opening it up, you
Yes.
see that, and
Yes.
right before you start doom scrolling, which is that's again that's up to you, or before you grab anything else on that device, just take
There's
that note.
my
See,
message that I read every single time. Life
and
is
keep
easy
practicing
for
it.
me.
Yeah,
Life
yeah,
is
and
easy
keep
for me because for 50 plus years it was hard, it was challenging, and I kept making the same mistakes and it's okay because today
yeah.
I have more awareness. I am more conscious of some choices that I make. And I am so, so grateful that I choose self love in my life each and every day. This
That's
is
it.
the biggest gift
Yes,
that
yes.
I have given myself is the power, is to trust that power of loving myself.
Hmm.
And with that, I have so much more love to
Hmm.
give. For
Hmm.
example,
Hmm.
this um, I don't even know, show, podcast, whatever you want to call it. It's this live. This is what I usually call it. This live is fun for me to do because I can share what I've been through so that you can find hacks to get out of your mess and step into your success, right? Notice how
Hmm.
that rhymed? That was cool.
Yeah.
So I found the guy's name. His name is Gabor Mate, and he's done lots and lots of research. So I've experienced it and seen the results. But if you're looking for the research behind, he's the one to look at. So I'm so happy to have you on our show for the ripple effect of love for dads and families. Was there one more thing you wanted to share? You've got 2 minutes max.
The no. I just want to say is dynamic changes when it's Christine and then myself. I want you to know that it might be you for a little bit, it might be you for a lot of it, but understand that you are worth having that peace, that love, that self awareness
Yes.
to really bring this about in your space, in your life, in your job, in anything and everything that you do. That's okay. And just like anything else, it takes work, but if you can find a good team, it's even, it may be easier, I would say, because if we don't have the right team. So I just want to remind you that it may be difficult, but that's why I say reach out to Christine. You guys have heard about it, seen it, read it, whatnot. So you understand who, and you kind of want to see, hey, are we a good fit? Can we help each other because she will help you, and that's exactly what it is. And so from that point is I say reach out to them, reach out to a professional, reach out to somebody. Please do not go unheard. Do not go unspoken. I'm sorry. Do not
Yes.
go unspoken. You are absolutely loved. You are absolutely worthy. And again, it is going to be work that you'll do and you'll be repetitive to do, but it is going to be definitely worth it. And just like you, all of a sudden go, I didn't even know I did that. That's exactly what the beautifulness is going to be. And you're going to just go, did I just, that was so awesome. did I just really do that? Did he
Yeah.
just feel that? And we just did nothing. And then we cheered him on for the second one. And then
Yeah.
we applauded him because he made a mess on the first one. But not, and so it just changes things. With
Yeah.
that, folks, I thank you so much. And I leave you with Christine.
And you're building his self-confidence.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And just that is huge gift.
Yes.
A
Yes. Oh,
huge gift to give to your children is to empower them to feel confident.
yes.
That'll be another day's
Yes.
topic.
Yes. Yes.
So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Christian, for coming and sharing your successes. It's always a pleasure to have you. And if you want to be part of a group of men, have a support group, and that you're ready to say, hey, things need to change in my home. I want things to start shifting. I want to build this self confidence. I want to understand what this self love thing is all about. You know, I want to find a way to balance work and my family life. Then this is for you so that you can leave a legacy of love for yourself and for your family. So you have an amazing day and take great care of yourself. I will see you tomorrow when we talk about big wins, small blessings, big blessings. Take great care of yourself. See you